In this episode, we dive into healing, spirituality, and mental fitness with our guest, a holistic energy therapist and Reiki master, who shares how hitting rock bottom sparked a powerful spiritual awakening in 2013. We explore the connection between science and the soul, how trauma lives in the body, and why true healing begins from within. Discover how emotional release, meditation, and spiritual alignment can help you rewrite your story and reconnect your mind, body, and soul. Welcome to an inspiring conversation. Let's begin.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another epic episode of On Air with Priyanka. कैसे हो आप लोग? मैं हूँ आपकी होस्ट प्रियंका। आपको पता है आज के पॉडकास्ट का जो टॉपिक है ना, बहुत इंटेंस टॉपिक है। आज हम बात करने जा रहे हैं। हम सबको पता है कि फिजिकल फिटनेस हमारे लाइफ में कितनी इम्पॉर्टेंट है, बट आपको पता है मेंटल फिटनेस भी ना उतनी ही इम्पॉर्टेंट है। आज का पॉडकास्ट का जो टॉपिक है बस वो यही टॉपिक है, मेंटल फिटनेस। यही नहीं, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, फिर उसके बाद आती है रेकी हीलिंग। यस, जैसे मैं हमेशा आपको बोलती हूँ कि कुछ पॉडकास्ट के जो टॉपिक होते हैं ना, वो मेरे लिए भी बहुत नए होते हैं और मुझे बहुत कुछ उससे सीखने को भी मिलता है। और हमारी जो आज की गेस्ट है ना, वो है मिस हरदीप कौर सिंह। हरदीप कौर सिंह इज़ अ रेकी मास्टर। शी इज़ एक्सपर्ट इन मेंटल हेल्थ। अपनी थेरेपी से वो काफ़ी लोगों को हेल्प करती है और काफ़ी लोगों से उनको पॉजिटिव फीडबैक भी आते हैं। इतना ही नहीं, वो एक होलिस्टिक एनर्जी थेरेपिस्ट भी है। तो चलिए आज इनके साथ ना ढेर सारी बातें करेंगे हीलिंग के बारे में, रेकी के बारे में, मेंटल फिटनेस के बारे में। सो प्लीज़ वेलकम, एंड उसके पहले एन्जॉय द एपिसोड, सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल एंड प्लीज़ वेलकम मिस हरदीप कौर सिंह ऑन एयर विथ प्रियंका। Hi Hardeep.
Hi Priyanka.
Welcome to the On Air with Priyanka show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's so wonderful to finally meet you. I know we were talking for a bit, but it's been amazing meeting you in person. So thank you.
You know what Hardeep, same feeling. बहुत टाइम से मैं आपको फॉलो कर रही थी, आपसे मिलना था, क्योंकि जैसे मैंने इंट्रोडक्शन में कहा कि फिटनेस में आजकल सारे लोग बहुत अवेयरनेस है, राइट? दे आर ऑल अवेयर, बट ये तो हो गई हमारी बाहरी फिटनेस, बट मेंटल फिटनेस भी उतनी ही ज़रूरी है लाइफ में।
100%.
ठीक है, हम किसी से मिलते हैं, किसी की पॉजिटिव एनर्जी होती है, मे बी किसी की मिक्स एनर्जी होती है, या किसी से ना बहुत नेगेटिव वाइब्रेशन भी आती है। उसका ना नोइंगली अननोइंगली हमारे लाइफ पे बहुत इम्पैक्ट होता है। एंड दैट्स हाउ मुझे आपकी ज़रूरत थी। हीलर के पास आई हूँ, हीलर के साथ आज मेरा पॉडकास्ट है। थोड़ी बहुत हीलिंग तो मैं भी आपसे लूँगी आज। बट ऑनेस्टली आई वांट टू स्टार्ट दिस पॉडकास्ट हरदीप, कि ये ना बहुत डीप टॉपिक है, रेकी, मेंटल फिटनेस। इसकी जर्नी आपकी कैसे स्टार्ट हुई?
So my journey started in 2013 when I had a spiritual awakening. I was going through a lot of darkness, a lot of hardships in my life. I hit complete rock bottom. I started to question the universe. I questioned God. I started to get deep in my thoughts to the point where I was having difficulty trying to get out of it. So I did say, okay, if there's something out there that I don't know of, prove it. Prove me wrong, right? Or show me like what's out there, and how can you help me to get to where I want to be? Or I didn't even know at that time what it was that I needed, right? So kind of asking it, well, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? And then, just like I said, really testing the universe and then trying to listen. Okay, is there something else out there that can be of support to me? And then everything started to shift. It really, the universe, the way that it responded back to me, showing itself through signs, it was phenomenal. And it completely changed my whole reality and the course of like what I do. So that's how I kind of started.
Wow.
Yeah, going into the victim mode. So.
Yes. राइट। आपने ना एक अभी वर्ड यूज़ किया, स्पिरिचुअल अवेकिंग। मे आई नो कि क्या होता है?
So spiritual awakening is when you in another sense, is death of the ego. When you say, I give up, I'm done, I'm surrendering, and then something inside of you, so the soul part of you starts to take over and it awakens, right? Because the soul part of you, when you tap into it, it knows what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. It knows your blueprint. And then you give it kind of permission and you say, okay, I'm done trying my way, let's do it your way. And
Exactly.
then it wakes up.
Actually.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
So सबसे पहली बात मतलब ये तो हो गई आपकी जर्नी की स्टार्टिंग, बट आपकी ना सोशल मीडिया पे काफ़ी आपने जैसे बोला दैट यू आर अ रेकी मास्टर.
Yeah.
ठीक है, क्या होती है रेकी? मैंने बहुत कुछ सुना है कि हीलिंग से ना हम सामने वालों को हेल्प करते हैं. रेकी क्या है?
So Reiki is channeling in a divine energy, and then helping. So in the body we have chakras that I kind of work
Seven
with.
chakras.
So, yeah, so I work with the 7 chakras, and then I channel in the intelligent energy, and then that energy, because we're made up of energy, goes in and it starts unblocking and balancing our chakras for us.
Okay.
And then we notice that, okay, I'm starting to feel lighter. I'm starting to kind of move forward in every area of my life, because it really unblocks whatever's kind of holding us back. So whenever we have traumatic experiences in life, or we're stressed out, or whatever it is that we're holding on to, it kind of stores itself in our body, and then it weighs us down, and then we feel like, okay, why am I not moving forward in life, right? So then the energy comes in, because it's an intelligent energy.
Yes.
It knows what to do for us, and it helps to get to the root cause of whatever's stuck in our body. So
वाओ.
yeah.
वाओ. सो एंड ऐसे रेकी हमको हेल्प करती है उस ट्रॉमा से बाहर निकालने के लिए. ओके, आपने जब ये ट्रॉमा वर्ड यूज़ किया, राइट, मे बी इमोशनल ट्रॉमा, राइट, मोस्टली हम इमोशन सबको होता है लाइफ में, किसी ना किसी को कुछ ना कुछ कभी ना कभी लाइफ में फेस करना पड़ता है. ऑफ कोर्स मेरे लाइफ में भी कुछ ऐसे इंसिडेंट्स हुए थे, जैसे मैं भी उसके साथ मैंने भी डील किया, और मैं भी उससे धीरे धीरे बाहर निकली. बट ना मुझे ऐसे लगता है ट्रॉमा कहीं ना कहीं हमारे बॉडी में स्टोर होता है. हमारे साथ किसी ने बुरा किया, हम मे बी बोलते मूव ऑन कर जाते हैं, इट्स ओके, चलो मूव ऑन कर लेते हैं, बट हमारी मेंटल स्टेट और हमारे कहीं ना कहीं जहन में रहता है, इसने मेरे साथ ये किया था. ठीक है, हाउ टू ब्रेक दैट कॉर्ड?
So when something traumatic happens in our life to us, it's not just a part of our memory. It actually has an energetic charge that goes and it gets stuck into the body, especially if we don't have any healthy coping mechanisms on how do we deal with the trauma, right? Or the emotions that are coming up. So then those emotions, so kind of guilt, shame, fear, anger, if we're not doing anything about it, it goes and traps itself in the body. So now the body's left with trying to hold that stuff down, because it's trying to use up the energy so the body's trying to keep us alive, and then if we're not dealing with our emotions, it's also trying to keep those down. Then when that happens, the body struggles, and that's why people end up going into depression, having anxiety, having panic attacks, having extreme states of anger, right? Because it's trapped in our body, and our body's like, okay, well, there's too much happening right now. And the body is trying to talk to us. It is making us feel anxious, that's the only way it can talk to us, right? Is by making us feel something and saying, hey, something's wrong here, so you need to do something about it.
Right.
But when we don't have the proper coping mechanisms, then yeah, we are kind of stuck in that state. So when I'm working with my clients, we do get to the root cause of like, okay, what is trapped in the body? What happened in your life? What are the stories that you're holding on to that don't serve you any longer? And how do we help the body to release it so the body can start basically breathing again and just, living and healing the way that it's meant to. And the body's very, very intelligent. It knows exactly what to do, especially if we connect to it and we say, okay, I'm listening now. What is it? What do I need to do? Then it really starts to shift. And then we see us shifting and moving forward in life. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And that's how it actually works.
Yeah, and Priyanka, it starts from childhood, right? Anything that experienced, witnessed, heard, and those childhood experiences then become a part of our blueprint. And it's not really until we're adults that we notice, like, okay, why do I feel stuck in life? Why do I keep on attracting the same kind of people in our lives, right? The same kind of situations. And that's all because of our belief system that we created in childhood. So until you go back and kind of rewrite that story for yourself, yeah, you will be stuck in there, replaying that all over again in your life. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. And then
Right.
I do, like, I've rewritten my story, and I do help people to rewrite, you know,
Wow.
whatever they want, because I do feel like we came here, the soul part of us, for the highest human experience possible. So why can't we do that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
वाओ आपसे मिलने से पहले आपका इंस्टाग्राम का जो पेज है, मैं अपने व्यूवर्स को भी बता दूं कि हरदीप का इंस्टाग्राम का पेज है माइंड बॉडी एंड सोल बाय हरदीप कौर. सो जब मैं ये पेज देख रही थी, स्क्रॉल कर रही थी, उसमें ना एक लाइन लिखी है कि व्हेन स्पिरिचुअलिटी मीट विथ साइंस, एंड उसकी हेल्प से आप लोगों को हील करते हो, आप लोगों को हीलिंग प्रोवाइड करते हो. इसके बारे में कुछ आप बोलना चाहोगे?
Yeah. So the foundation of my whole practice is spirituality. That's what I built on. Like I said, because of my spiritual awakening,
Right,
and it
right.
really inspired me to do that.
Yes.
I felt like, so when I started my career, I was working with an addictions wellness center. And then at that time, I was having my awakening. I was trying to understand what was happening to me, understanding the concepts and things. And then I was practicing those on my clients, everything I was learning with myself. And I noticed that they were healing a little bit better, healing a little bit faster, because they were connecting to the soul part of them. The part that I feel like science kind of skips out on, right? So really anchoring into the soul and then building on top of that. And then I noticed that a lot of, especially working in addictions, a lot of my clients weren't relapsing as much, right? And I seen the transformation that it was bringing to not just their bodies, but every area of their life, how they were able to get back up on their feet and really move forward. So spirituality is a huge part, not just in my work, but it's a part of my daily life, right? It's a way of being.
Right.
And it really helps one to feel connected to themselves and feel whole again, right?
Yes, right.
And because it's connecting to the spiritual part inside of us,
Yeah.
the one that is supernatural and kind of knows everything. So
Yes.
that's why I feel like you can't skip it over. That's why my practice is holistic. So holistic means dealing and really acknowledging the mind, body, and soul connection.
Yes. मैं एक्चुअली पूछने ही वाली थी कि होलिस्टिक क्या होती है?
Yeah, so it's really working with all aspects of us. So even when my clients come to work with me, they get to understand and connect to all parts of themselves, really learn about, okay, well, what do these parts mean, and how do I, use them to move forward? How do I heal all parts and become whole again? So, yeah.
Oh, wow. So, क्लाइंट कैसे आते हैं आपके पास? मतलब जैसे मैंने आपका जो आपके जो रिव्यूज़ है जो मैंने देखे, सो मोस्टली उसमें जिनको मेंटल ट्रॉमा था या जो किसी का उनको एडिक्शन था, राइट, तो वो सब कुछ हीलिंग से भी कवर हो सकता है. तो आपके पास कैसे क्लाइंट आते?
So, right now, a lot of my clients I get from word of mouth, which is amazing.
Nice.
So, but my clientele, yes, I specialize in mental health and addictions. And like I said, it's more of a holistic practice now. And I do get a lot of clients that are ill and they're suffering with a lot of scary diseases. So really working with them, helping them to open up their energy so they can see faster healings in their body. So I work with kind of a mix of clienteles, but it is, and a lot of people that are awakening and they don't understand what's happening to them. So really,
क्या होता है? मतलब ये जो आपने बोला कि मतलब हमको पता होना चाहिए कि कल अगर मेरे साथ अगर ये हुआ या किसी थर्ड पर्सन के साथ हुआ, तो उसको पता होना चाहिए कि somebody is knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So When I mean that somebody comes to me when they're going through an awakening, a lot of people do come in, they're very nervous. They think maybe something's wrong with them. They do tell me, I think I'm seeing things, I think I'm hearing things. For example, I woke up, when I started my awakening, I started to see a lot of numbers. I started to kind of see
Numbers
and hear.
means 1111.
Yes.
222.
Those are called
That means angel's
synchronicities.
number.
Yes.
Oh.
So, and sometimes if you don't know what that means, it can seem very daunting and very like kind of weird and scary at the same time. But once you really connect to it and you understand that, okay, that's universe connecting back to me, right? It's very comforting knowing that, okay, something is watching me and saying, okay, you're going the right way, keep going. So a lot of people do come in with that. They're very confused, like what's happening, or like I said, they're hearing things. So when I started my awakening, so I first started to kind of see numbers and I got scared. I was like, okay, what's happening? I felt like they were following me around. And 2013, nobody really talked about spirituality, and it was, not to how they talk about it now. So I didn't really have anyone to talk to. There's only my one aunt who's very spiritual, and that's it. And she became my guide. But then again, so I was not religious or anything. So I started to hear Simran and Bhat going off in my mind, and I got really confused. I was like, well, why do I keep hearing this, and what's going on?
सॉरी मैं आपको यहाँ पे इंटरप्ट करना चाहूँगी.
No,
आपने
that's okay.
अभी एक बात बोली कि you heard a lot of things. What kind of like noise or what kind of a sound you heard?
I heard a lot of mantras.
Mantras.
Yeah. So I heard a lot of mantras going on by themselves, and they wouldn't shut off. And then I really got scared. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Is it like a Gayatri mantra?
It was, so the one that was for me was Vaheguru. It kept on,
Yes,
Vaheguru and Satnam was over and over again. And like I said, because I wasn't really religious, I was really confused, and I did get scared. I was like, I thought I was dying. I did. So I was like, oh my God, am I dying? What's happening? But then once I really started to tune in, because then I could channel messages and stuff, once I started to pay attention, then everything started to shift, and I really started to get grounded in myself. Then, I was able to move forward and understand, okay, like what is really happening. So a lot of the awakening is stripping off the conditioned parts of you that you grew up with and letting the authentic you kind of move in and take over. So the pure essence of who you are. So,
Yes.
yeah. And then I learned, because I started meditating a lot. So during my meditations, I used to channel a lot of messages, and I just decided to trust it. I was like, what do I have to lose anyways? Because my life was already falling apart. So once I really started to trust those, then everything started to shift. And then,
Wow, Hardeep. Wow, that's amazing. आप लोग सुन रहे हो ना, ये काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग एपिसोड है. प्लीज़, बहुत कुछ बातें अभी मतलब आधी भी नहीं हुई है. ठीक है. तो हरदीप, बहुत लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं कि मेडिटेशन का ना एक टाइम होता है कि यार सुबह उठ के करो या मे बी सोने के पहले करो. ठीक है. हम जब मेडिटेशन करते हैं तो ऐसे बोलते हैं कि हमारे जो 7 चक्रास है, ठीक है, वो 7 चक्रा अपना काम स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. ठीक है. आपके हिसाब से, बिकॉज यू आर अ मास्टर, यू आर अ थेरेपिस्ट, आपके हिसाब से मेडिटेशन कब करना चाहिए और कैसे करना चाहिए? अगर किसी को, फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मुझे ही मेडिटेशन स्टार्ट करनी है तो मुझे मेरा पहला स्टेप क्या होगा?
Yeah. So meditation, if for the new beginners, especially people that are telling me, I've never meditated, I don't even know what it is, and they get very intimidated, I tell them, you know what? There's no right or wrong way. You're going to do what works for you, what feels good to you. You can listen to your body because it'll tell you what feels good, right? So yes, ideally you want to try to meditate in the morning, because that's when our brain waves are very calm, and that's where we have the strongest connection to the divine. You can even do it before bed, because it's allowing you to kind of relax and rest before you go off to sleep and clear your mind.
Yeah.
But ideally you can do it whenever you want. Like I said, there's there's no right way, there's no wrong way. So start with whatever feels good for you. I always tell people, if you haven't meditated, try 5 minutes and then build onto that. Ideally, you want to get to 20 minutes because that's when we have like the deeper connection and the brain waves really start to shift. But start with 5 minutes and see how that goes. And meditation can be anything. You can listen to a mantra, you can just do it in silence, you can listen to your thoughts, you can put on a guided meditation. Like there's so much out there. So you kind of have to play around with it and see what works for you and what doesn't. So
डेफिनेटली आई विल डेफिनेटली स्टार्ट, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत बार सुना मेडिटेशन के बारे में
yeah.
और लिटरली मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ना बहुत शोर शराबे में हम अपनी लाइफ जीते हैं।
Yeah.
बहुत शोर शराबे, सब लोग भाग रहे, ऑफिस भाग रहे, बच्चों के पीछे भाग रहे, करियर के पीछे भाग रहे, पैसे के पीछे भी भाग रहे, और इतना सब दौड़ते भागते ना कभी खुद को मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि 5 मिनट देना चाहिए, किसी शांत जगह पे बैठो, सोचो कि क्या हो रहा है।
Exactly. And then also, you know, if you're talking about spirituality and if we're trying to get to know ourselves and the soul, we can't hear it when we're busy. We can't hear it when we're running around chasing kids, busy at work. So the only time we can hear that part even talk to us is through when we quiet ourselves and we disconnect from 3D reality. And then that's when it starts to talk and it gives us those inspirations, hunches. And like I said, that's where I got my biggest shifts from in my life, was through meditation, because I could now hear, okay, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing next? Like, where is my path headed? And then I was able to kind of follow that. And then it did change my life. Yeah. And like I said, you are then sitting to that silent part of you and saying, okay, I'm here, right? And then that part gets to be with you and even heal deeper, so.
बहुत लोग ऐसे होते हैं ना जो बोलते हैं कि स्पिरिचुअलिटी जो है वो मतलब पूजा पाठ या जप नाम वही होता है, राइट? बट आपके काम में आप इन सब चीज़ों को एज अ हीलर कैसे मतलब उसको यूज़ करते हो, क्योंकि हीलर बेसिकली हीलिंग देता है, राइट? आप ये इसको कैसे वर्क करते हो आपकी इसमें?
So when it comes to spirituality, it's not any specific thing, right? So spirituality is just connecting to something greater than you, right? Where you can get love and unconditional support from. And so it could be anything though for the person. So when you think about what actually nourishes you, what makes you feel safe and grounded, that could be a part of your spirituality, right? There's no specific definition for it. It's whatever makes you feel amazing and connected at the core, right? For some people, it could be just listening to music. That can be a part of their spirituality.
Right.
Reading a book, right?
Yes.
And yes, for some people, it is more kind of, you know, doing rituals or religious practices. That's a part of their spirituality. So there's no one way on how that looks for somebody when it comes to spirituality. So when I work with my clients, my approach is a little bit unique. I don't just do traditional talk therapy because that isn't doing anything for you. Yes, we'll get an understanding of like what happened in your life, about your traumas and stuff like that.
Yes.
But that's not allowing us to go into the body. So that's when I bring in the energy, connect to the energy, and help to really connect to the body.
With energy.
Yeah. So the way that I connect, because I'm a healer, I channel in the divine energy. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just the vessel for the energy, right? It's the divine that's doing everything. So the energy that I work with is very intelligent. Like I said, it's moving through me and it's doing whatever you need in that moment. It knows what you need, right? And then yes, because I'm an intuitive healer, I will get some messages for people, or sometimes because I work with a whole spirit team, sometimes their ancestors will come through and give me messages, or sometimes a client will get messages when they're, you know, lying there in front of me.
Oh my God.
It's really fascinating.
Yeah, it is really fascinating. One question. Did you also talk with Angel?
Oh, yes. So
Really?
I do, yeah. I work with a lot of energies and
आपको क्या लगता है यहाँ पे एंजल से?
always. If you could see what
Seriously?
happens in,
हम दोनों के अलावा यहाँ पे मेरी कैमरा की टीम है. हम, आप, मैं और कैमरा की टीम के अलावा यहाँ पे कोई और भी मौजूद है?
Yes. There is.
my God.
There is.
Seriously?
Yeah. Because if you were to see, beyond what our physical eyes can see, there's another world out there, right? And people would be fascinated at what's actually out there that's,
My God, मैंने सुना है हरदीप
Yeah.
ऑनेस्टली कि एंजल्स सब जगह रहते हैं, बट आपसे सुन के मतलब कभी डर लगता है?
no,
नेवर.
no.
दे आर ऑल पॉजिटिव.
Yeah. And that's what I mean on my spiritual journey. Things that I've seen with my eyes, I can't unsee it anymore, right? I've seen too much for me not to believe that there's nothing out there, right? And like I said, even when I do my work, even if you were to talk to my clients, when I'm working with them, things will just start happening in my office, or they'll notice things, or my music will start going all weird, or we'll feel something and they'll even question me like, oh, is something else here with us? And it could be angels, it could be spirit team, guides, masters, it could be, like I said, their ancestors who come in to help with the process of healing. So I've noticed that when I have very ill people that are coming in with like diseases that that they want a little bit of extra support with, so I help
like emotional support or the energy
support.
Okay.
Yeah, so for example, I have a lot of cancer patients that come in and they want that extra support in healing, because the energy healing, when I work with them while they're getting their treatments, does help them to stay a little bit more stable, so they're not spiraling too much emotionally, because it is scary what they're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes in my healings, we do notice that maybe something else is there helping to kind of heal and be a part of that process. Sometimes people will tell me as I'm doing the healing, if I'm at the head, they might feel something at their feet, and then they'll open their eyes and they're like, ooh, they have to see where they're like, oh my God, who's at our feet? So it's very interesting. And like I said, the more open you are to experiencing those energies or whatever's out there, the more that it connects to you.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. You already explained everything, but हरदीप, कोई एक ऐसा एग्जाम्पल है जब वो आपके रियल क्लाइंट के साथ हुआ है and you want to share in front of the camera?
Like when it comes to their healings? So, I have tons of stories. I have tons. Like I said, a lot of people come to me when they feel very hopeless, when the doctor says, we don't know what else to do for you, right? That's when a lot of people do come out to see me and they say, okay, I'm willing to try anything. I'm open, I surrender. When you say I surrender, then yeah, you are allowing divine energy to kind of come in and take over and help you to just shift whatever needs to be shifted and help you to get to wherever it is, right? So I have had a lot of clients that, they've come in with like, I had this one client that came in with a lot of cysts in her breasts, and then she was too scared to get surgery. So she said, Hardeep, I'll try anything. So I really helped her to connect.
Is she suffering from a breast cancer?
No, she wasn't. But they said if she doesn't have the surgery, then it's going to lead to that. Oh. So she came in, she was really scared and really worried. And I helped her to connect to her body. Like, how do you start talking to your body and taking care of that, right? Taking care of the nutrition part at the same time. Putting in spiritual practices and then also doing the energy work that we were doing. So she did go back to the hospital to do the checkup, and they were going to do surgery on her, but then the doctor said everything left. There was no more cysts in her body just because of the things that we were doing, just like that.
Oh.
So she didn't need the surgery, and I've had so many crazy success stories of people's bodies.
You know what?
Oh yeah, once you start paying attention to the body, getting to know it and connecting to it, and trusting that something else bigger than you is helping you to heal, magic happens, right? So, and like I always tell people, your body knows how to heal, just as long as you can take out that 5 minutes a day and just connect to it, right? And say, okay, I'm here, I'm listening, because it's giving you pain because it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to say, hey, something's not right, so let's do something about it. But when we ignore that pain, or if we think that taking medicine is the easy way out, we're just, putting a Band-Aid over it. So, yeah. So your body is capable of doing anything, as are you, and moving forward in
Yes.
every area of your life. And like I said, my biggest message to my clients is dream big, and really nothing's off limits for you. You are more than capable of doing anything.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. My God, Hardeep. I feel like it's a layered one chapter, right?
I mean, yeah. And when you talk about spirituality, or if we're talking about the soul or guides and angels and all of that, like, I mean, there's so much out there, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it's like never
Wow.
ending.
हरदीप, ये तो हो गई हमारी इसकी बातें, हीलिंग की बातें। आप जैसे एनर्जी की बात कर रहे हो, यूनिवर्स की बात कर रहे हो। आजकल ना लोग बहुत मानते हैं, मैनिफेस्ट करो, मुझे लाइफ में ये चीज़ चाहिए, मैनिफेस्ट करो। या कभी कभी हमारे जो पूर्वज है ना, या हमारे मम्मी पापा के टाइम पे लोग बोलते थे, सब अच्छा अच्छा बोलो, क्योंकि जुबा पे सरस्वती बैठी रहती है। अच्छा अच्छा बोलो, अच्छा अच्छा चीज़ें सोचो तो आपके साथ अच्छा अच्छा होगा। सो बेसिकली आज हम इसको मैनिफेस्ट बोलते हैं। एज अ हीलर, एज अ मास्टर्स, आप इसके बारे में क्या बोलना चाहोगे कि हाउ मैनिफेस्टेशन एक्चुअली वर्क?
So manifesting, I feel like the word manifesting, it's become like this big buzzword in society now, right? Everybody's talking about manifesting.
Manifestation.
But then again, where do those manifestations come from? It still goes back to
Yes.
something is allowing it to come forward into your life, right? Something is bringing it to pass in your life. And when we talk about manifesting, sometimes we become our own resistance, right? Because we want it so bad. We're coming from a lack mentality that I don't have it, right? Then we keep on putting that energy out there over and over again that I don't have it yet, I don't have it yet. And then it seems like, okay, it's still far away from me. How come it's not moving closer? So the key to even manifesting is surrender. Surrender is a huge part of manifesting. Yes, you write down your goals and desires of what do you want in your life. We're allowed to have those.
Yes.
But then again, don't be stuck on them that I need it now, because then you are putting that energy behind it, or that lack or fear energy behind it. And then, yeah, it is a little bit harder to manifest. So putting it out there, but then letting it go, right? And surrendering it, trusting that it will come to you, right?
Yes.
So the whole universe works on trust and surrender. And then it's able to kind of show up in your life. It's usually when you forget about what you want that it shows up in your life.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Exactly.
probably know that that's how it kind of happens too.
यस
So-
यस डेफिनेटली। मतलब जैसे मैंने वही बोला कि अच्छा अच्छा सोचो, अच्छा अच्छा अपने आप होते जाएगा।
Yeah.
एंड वही है कि मुझे लगता है कि मैं अपने व्यूअर्स को बताना चाहती हूँ, सरेंडर। आपको अगर लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा चीज़ चाहिए, यूनिवर्स ना सब सुन रहा है, राइट? दे आर गाइडिंग यू, दे आर विथ यू। आप बस अपने दरवाजे खोलो सो दैट वो आपके पास आ सकेंगे पॉजिटिव एनर्जी के साथ। आजकल ना हरदीप वो भी बहुत चल रहा है, ऑटो राइटिंग विथ आकाशिक रीडिंग।
Right.
आई नो कि दोनों अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं, बट एज अ न्यू कमर आप कुछ इस पे बोलना चाहोगे? आकाशिक रीडिंग क्या होती है और ऑटो राइटिंग क्या होती है?
Yeah. So when it comes to Akashic records, or even like automatic writing or journaling, yes, they're two different concepts. But then again, the Akashic records is more about learning about, okay, what happened in my past lives, right? It's a record keeper of everything that, yeah, you can tap into. But then again, you can also do that through automatic writing. Automatic writing is when you start getting into the habit of journaling. First of all, you should be journaling every day, because
Yes.
that's a healthy coping mechanism and it's a release from the body. But then again, sometimes when we're writing, you can get into states of, when you kind of get lost in the writing and the writing kind of takes over. So yeah, your subconscious mind takes over and starts kind of writing for you.
Really?
Especially if you have specific questions that you want to know about yourself. Get into the habit of writing, but then don't overthink it. Just write down. Don't try to stop whatever's coming up, and let it write whatever's coming up. and then it turns into automatic writing. And then you can, start figuring out more about your life and finding out more answers that you're looking for when it comes to yourself. So it's a very fascinating technique. So I love it. It's a big part of, the work I do with my clients is journaling. So
Wow.
yeah, that's one of the fastest way to connect to the subconscious mind and really start to understand it and how you're operating. So
That's amazing actually,
Yeah.
हरदीप. आकाशिक रीडिंग करवानी चाहिए? पास्ट लाइफ रिग्रेशन भी इसमें होता है, तो ये करवानी चाहिए?
It's self-preference. It's some people believe in it, but then some people don't. Some people say, why do I need to even
Know about my past.
know about it? Why do I want to know about it, right? So because you don't know what we did in
But
our
it's
past.
all karmic.
Yeah,
मतलब
everything, yes.
everything is related.
Yes.
मतलब फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज मेरे साथ कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है, कहीं ना कहीं ये पहले हो चुका है, कहीं ना कहीं इसका इम्पैक्ट ऑलरेडी दिख चुका है.
Yeah.
अगर आज मेरे साथ वाइस वर्सा कुछ खराब भी हो रहा है, कुछ बुरा भी हो रहा है, तो ये पहले भी कभी ना कभी कुछ चीज़ों की वजह से हो चुका है. It's
100%.
all related.
Yeah, it's always connected. And
Yes.
even if you do things, going back to now meditation or doing things of service for other people, you are, checking off like some of that karmic debt for yourself, right? And helping to heal those parts of you if there was anything. So yeah, those are always ways that you can do that too. It doesn't mean that you have to go technical and dive into it, because no, some people don't want to know and they say, you know what, no, that's okay. So just kind of connecting to yourself and saying that, in this lifetime, I'm going to do things differently. First of all, have that awareness, right? And then sit with yourself and say, no, I'm going to try things differently now, and then start from there and move forward. And things do start to change, and it's fascinating. So, yeah.
तो आप कहीं भी जाते हो, तो जैसे हम मिले थे तो आपने बताया था कि आपके साथ मतलब कोई जो एंजल्स की टीम है वो भी रहती है.
My spirit team, yeah, because I'm working with them all the time, because that's the work I do, at the office too. So, like I said, it's not me doing the work, it's the energies, right? I'm just a channel for the work.
Medium channel.
Yeah, I'm just a channel for it. So I don't take credit for anybody's healings. I don't take credit for anything. It's always a divine doing, whatever it needs to. So I'm just open to it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So, हरदीप, काफ़ी सारी बातें आज लिटरली अनकवर्ड हो रही है.
It's fascinating.
It's fascinating. और आपको पता है लिटरली मैं हमेशा मैं कहीं जाती हूँ तो मेरे फ्रेंड्स मुझसे पूछते हैं कि प्रियंका कैसा लगता है अलग अलग टॉपिक में, और मैं उनको बोलती हूँ कि पता है ऑनेस्टली बहुत सारे टॉपिक के बारे में मुझे खुद को भी नहीं पता रहता है. आई एम ऑल्सो लाइक अ न्यू कमर लाइक यू गाइज, राइट? मैं भी बहुत कुछ सीखती हूँ अपने पॉडकास्ट में, बहुत कुछ. आज ये टॉपिक पे हम जो बात कर रहे हैं ना, मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्ट है. मतलब जो मेरे करीबी दोस्त हैं उनको पता है कि मतलब मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है हीलिंग के बारे में, एंजल्स के बारे में, साइकिक के बारे में बात करना, रेकी के बारे में बात करना. But honestly, it is literally an amazing experience with you, Hardeep. So, Hardeep, जैसे हमने अभी बात की, right? हीलिंग के बारे में, फिर ट्रॉमा के बारे में, काफ़ी सारे अभी हम एनर्जी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, एंजल्स के बारे में. अगर मैं आपके सामने बैठी हूँ वैसे कैमरा के सामने आई एम नॉट कंफर्टेबल, बट स्टिल आई एम एक्चुअली गोइंग टू आस्क यू इफ़ आई एम योर क्लाइंट. सो एंड तो अगर मतलब आपको मेरे बारे में क्या लगता है?
So if you're my client, okay. First of all, yes, I'm very intuitive when it comes to meeting people, but I don't always start off that way. I let them get comfortable also, and I let them to start to kind of share a little bit about their story, and then when I need to, I'll kind of guide them a little bit. But honestly, like speaking with you, you're very, like I said, energetic, bubbly nature. I see you doing actually great things. I see shifts for you coming next summer, something big, which is in store for you. But then again, I do honestly feel like there's something somewhere where you're still feeling a little hesitant or a little stuck. And that is maybe something that you need to kind of work on. So just really acknowledging that and understanding, well, where is that stuckness coming from? And how do I kind of move forward? And being honest with yourself, right? And
Yes.
yeah, so I don't know if that resonates with you, but
एब्सोल्युटली एब्सोल्युटली थैंक यू सो मच कि आपने मेरे बारे में ये कहा क्योंकि आपको शायद कुछ दिख गया होगा बिकॉज यू आर मतलब यू आर अ थेरेपिस्ट राइट आप हीलर भी हो तो आपके पास ऐसी कुछ कहानी है जहाँ पे आपको एक्चुअली आई नो दैट एवरी पॉजिटिव एंजल्स एनर्जी आपको हेल्प करती है आपको गाइड करती है आपके पास कोई ऐसा एग्जाम्पल है जहाँ पे लाइक लिटरली यू फील कि ओ माय गॉड क्वाइट कॉम्प्लिकेटेड केस है बट आई सॉल्व इट
I mean, I have a lot of unique cases like that. Like I said, when it comes to people coming to me or finding me somehow, some way, a lot of people say, you know what, something made me find you and I don't know what it is. And this is exactly what I was looking for. So like I said, I do get a lot of complicated cases where they don't understand what's happening with them, where they don't understand what's happening in their lives or even in their bodies, right? And yes, they are able to overcome it because first of all, they're getting to know themselves all over again. They're releasing a lot of things that they were holding on to that doesn't serve them anymore. And when I'm working, like I said, especially now coming in with the energy, yes, working with like guides and spirits, and even their team comes in sometimes to help their family members. It's fascinating, right? To have that extra support. So
दैट मीन्स हमारे पूर्वज
yes,
जो अब इस दुनिया में नहीं है
it's fascinating,
मैंने
and I
सुना
love
है
that.
ये ओह ऐसे
Yeah.
होता है
Yeah. So whoever needs that extra, their ancestors will come and be a part of the healing also. And my clients will even tell me because they'll remember them as I'm doing the healing, like their faces will come up for the clients and stuff, and then they'll get very emotional. And then we will all feel some energy with us because you can tell when the energy shifts in the room. And then we know that, okay, there's somebody else here or a presence here that's helping this healing to kind of, you know, just be a little bit more powerful for them and whatever they need at that moment. So yeah, you just, when it comes to healing and energies, you just have to be open to it. And there's so much out there, right? So, and saying I'm willing to connect and I'm open to receiving and
Receiving.
Exactly. So, and that's what spirituality is. Spirituality is about believing it before you see it, right? Where science is, we want to see it and then we'll believe it. So spirituality is the opposite. If you can believe it, that there's something out there, then it does show itself. And it's fascinating how it does. So,
राइट
yeah.
हम बात करते हैं मोस्टली किसी के ऑरा के बारे में कभी कभी ना हम कहीं पार्टी में जाते हैं एंड सडनली हम ना एक दो ऑप्शन रहते हैं एक तो बहुत मतलब खुद को एनर्जेटिक फील करते हैं या कभी कभी ना एकदम डाउन फील करते हैं ये मेरे साथ बहुत बार होता है बहुत बार कि मैं कहीं जा रही हूँ आपके साथ भी होता होगा व्यूअर्स कि आप किसी के साथ पार्टी में बैठे हो एंड सडनली आपको ऐसे लगता है कि यू फील सो एग्जॉस्टेड ये क्या होता है
Yeah, so your energy, especially if you're coming in with a higher vibration, or if you're not protecting your energy, it can get drained very easily, right? Especially if you're sensitive to picking up other energies. So you want to be mindful of where is this coming from. Then again, your energy system will never lie to you. It will tell you if there's, you know, a negative energy around, and it will make you, it'll give you the warning, right? Because we can pick up on other people's energies before they even talk to us. Before they even open our mouth, we know, okay, what kind of energy that is that you're dealing with. So yeah, like I said, being mindful, if you are a higher vibration, if you are more sensitive to picking up other energies, protecting your energy first of
How
all.
we can protect
You
our
can
energy.
just say, you can just connect to the divine. Please keep me in a protective bubble before you leave the house, or visualize, you know, a bubble being surrounded around you. There's a lot of ways that you can do that. And just the intention behind it is very powerful. And then, like I said, just kind of being mindful of when you are going out, that you are being protective of your energy, because your energy is not going to lie. So it
Yes.
knows everything.
Yes.
So
Right. Wow. Simply wow, actually. So, हरदीप, इतनी सारी हमने आज बातें की है, बट एक ना मतलब रैप अप के पहले हमारे कुछ दो सवाल है आपसे. बहुत बार लोग बोलते हैं ना कि एनर्जी वैम्पायर, बहुत ये वर्ड है ना आजकल सुनने को मिलता है. क्या होता है एनर्जी वैम्पायर?
So energy vampires is energies that are lower vibration, and if you're coming in with a high vibration, just like how we talked about, it's very draining, right? They're just taking, but they're not giving anything in return to you. So for example, me and you sitting here having a high vibration conversation, we're both taking away that high
Yes.
vibration energy, and we feel just lifted from the conversation.
Yeah.
But if you're around an energy that is just kind of taking and not really giving you anything in return, you are going to feel very drained, right? So yeah, just being mindful of those energies too. And you know, it's up to you. You always have full control around who you want to hang around with, right?
Yes, right.
So it's up to you.
ऐसे बहुत बार होता है, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, मुझे डैम श्योर कि बहुत लोगों के साथ, व्यूअर्स के साथ भी होता होगा, कि हम कहीं 4-5 लोग बैठे हैं, पार्टी चल रही है, बहुत हंसी मजाक का है, कोई एंटर करता है, वो भी हमारा फ्रेंड ही है, और एकदम से ना मतलब हंसी मजाक हो रहा है, बट वो कनेक्शन नहीं है, या पता नहीं, वो ऐसे डिप्रेस फीलिंग है ऑरा में. मतलब सारे हंस रहे, बातें कर रहे, बट ऑरा में ना एक डिप्रेस फीलिंग है. Is it like a...
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So that's why having boundaries is important. Boundaries is huge on the healing journey. So if you're not keeping up those boundaries, then yeah, you are shifting back and forth and struggling, right? So you have to make sure, like I said, the whole journey is about you. It's about you moving forward. Everybody around you is a mirror to you. So making sure that you're putting up the boundaries, making sure that, you know, if you're honoring somebody, that you're getting that back in return, and they're not just draining you of that energy, right? It's really important. That's where the confidence comes from too. And you stepping into your power is you saying, no, I honor myself, so I'm not going to let you drain me. But I mean, you're not going to say that to the person, but just being mindful, right?
Yes, exactly.
And if you aren't on the same level, or if you're not taking anything away, or if, you know, they're not a good match for you, then it's up to you to remove yourself instead of just sitting there and taking it. Then you are going to feel drained because you're not being true to you. So yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's huge on the healing journey.
That's a huge. ये ना, ये इतना डीप टॉपिक है हरदीप, मतलब हम टाइम से बात कर रहे हैं और पता ही नहीं चला कि टाइम कैसे कैसे निकल के जा रहा है. बट सीरियसली इट्स एन ऑनर टू सिट विथ यू, एंड आपने जो भी आज बातें हमारे व्यूअर्स के लिए इस पॉडकास्ट के चैनल थ्रू आज की है, अमेजिंग.
Oh, thank you so
अमेजिंग,
much.
मतलब नॉलेज में ना गेन ही हुआ है. बट बिफोर वी रैप अप दिस पॉडकास्ट, आपको एक सिंगल मैसेज अगर देना है व्यूअर्स को, या जो लाइफ में स्टक है, या जो लाइफ में कभी कभी बोलते हैं ना कि पता नहीं यार क्या करना है लाइफ में, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, कश्मकश में है कि क्या करूँ क्या ना करूँ, कभी कभी खुश होती हूँ, कभी कभी खुश नहीं होती हूँ, तो ऐसे लोगों को आपका क्या मैसेज है?
So my biggest message is really, you know what, taking action on what you're feeling, getting the help, because there's such a stigma, especially in our community, when it comes to mental health and addiction, that people do stay suffering because, you know, as much as I love our community, it comes from a place of like, oh, what are people going to say if we talk about mental health?
Yeah.
The judgment that comes behind it, or
लोग
the
पागल
fear.
समझते हैं.
Yeah, and that's not fair, right?
No.
So we have to start to normalize that a lot, especially, and I'm so grateful that a lot of our community is coming out to see me, which is amazing because that was my goal, to get into the community.
Yes.
And the success stories I see is like just mind-boggling. So yeah, just first of all, acknowledging that and saying, you know what, I do feel stuck and I think I need some help now. Or my biggest thing is, you know what, get a journal and start writing. Start asking yourself those questions. Where are they rooted? Where are they coming from? And getting to know yourself all over again. If you didn't have the conditioning, where would you be in life? Where do you want to be in life? And you need a vision for yourself. If you don't have a vision, then yeah, you'll kind of get that back from the universe, right? So knowing, well, where do you see yourself? So we're in, what is this, September now?
Yeah.
Just think about where do you want to be by December and write it down. And I think you'll be surprised at how, it starts to come to pass. So knowing that and understanding it is huge. And like I said, taking the steps on making sure that you are taking care of your mental health and getting the help that you need. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Hardeep. Like literally, एक वर्ड आपने जो आज बोला है, मैं लिटरली एक गाइडेंस की तरफ से लूँगी. आपके साथ तो आपकी पूरी टीम बैठी है. तो मतलब ऑफ कोर्स दे आर ऑल गाइडिंग यू. आप बहुत अच्छे पाथ पे हो, आई कैन सी फ्रॉम हियर. और मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि हम जो काम करते हैं ना, उससे हमें अगर खुशी मिल रही है ना, तो मुझे लगता है वो करना चाहिए. और आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो, क्योंकि हर एक की बस की बात नहीं है कि सामने वालों को समझना, उसकी हेल्प करना और उसको हील करना, राइट? मुझे लगता है शायद उसने आपको चुना है. यू आर द मीडियम. और मैं अपने व्यूवर्स को भी यही बोलना चाहूँगी, जैसे मैंने स्टार्ट में ही कहा था, आज का पॉडकास्ट ना टॉपिक बहुत डिफरेंट है, इंटेंस टॉपिक है. लोग बात नहीं करना चाहते हैं मेंटल फिटनेस के बारे में. बोलते कि अरे ये क्या होता है, पागलपंती है. बिल्कुल नहीं, ये पागलपंती नहीं होती है. हम जो बोलते हैं वो होता है. हमारी जुबान पे सरस्वती बैठती रहती है, एनर्जी होती है, वो हमारे लिए काम करती है. यूनिवर्स सब कुछ सुन रहा है. मतलब अच्छी अच्छी बातें सोचो तो आपके साथ सब अच्छा ही होगा. और एक और बात, हमारी जो आज की गेस्ट है मिस हरदीप कौर सिंह, इनका एक इंस्टाग्राम पे पेज भी है. अगर आप जाओगे तो अगर आपको कंसल्टेशन चाहिए तो प्लीज़ विजिट हर चैनल. वहाँ पे इनका कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर है, इनका ईमेल एड्रेस है. रीच आउट टू हर. अगर आपको लाइफ में सीरियसली लग रहा है कि आप स्टक हो, अगर आपको एक कंसल्टेशन की ज़रूरत है, तो प्लीज़ इनको रीच आउट कीजिए. अगर आपको कुछ और भी सवाल है तो जैसे आपको पता है कि मेरा इंस्टाग्राम पे चैनल है, वहाँ पे मेरा ईमेल एड्रेस है, मेरा कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर है, आप मुझे भी रीच आउट कर सकते हो. कुछ सवाल है तो यस, आई कैन गिव यू द आंसर. बट वही कि होप आपने आज का पॉडकास्ट एंजॉय किया होगा मेरी तरह. और हरदीप, ऑनेस्टली थैंक यू सो मच कि आप इस पॉडकास्ट पे आए और हमारा इतना अच्छा, हमको आज इतना सारा कुछ सीखने को मिला आपसे.
It was amazing. And I know we've been trying to connect for a long time, but we've been so busy.
एक्चुअली हो ही नहीं पाया बिकॉज हम कनाडा में रहते हैं. यहाँ पे वैसे भी मतलब समर 4 महीने का रहता है और सबको ऐसे लगता है कि वो 4 महीने बस कर ले.
But I'm going to tell you, Priyanka, you have to come experience it yourself. You have to come in for a healing and then tell the viewers how it was.
Absolutely.
Until you have it done, you're not going to know even what we're talking about or how it resonates with you. So once you have the healing done and you see what it does to the body, and even when the whole process is happening, then it's going to be completely, that's when you're going to have the mind shift. So
Absolutely, हरदीप, पक्का मैं आपके पास आऊँगी और मेरा जो भी एक्सपीरियंस होगा मैं उसके लिए अलग सा पॉडकास्ट दूंगी. बट ऑन सीरियस नोट, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सेइंग यस टू दिस पॉडकास्ट.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun. Like I said, we can talk about this stuff for hours. So
actually, so yes, viewers, thank you so much पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखने के लिए. सो मिलते हैं अगले पॉडकास्ट में नई कहानी और नए किरदार के साथ. बट तब तक के लिए स्टे स्ट्रांग, स्टे मोटिवेटेड. हल्का सा मेडिटेशन चालू कर दो आज के बाद, ठीक है? और हमेशा याद रखना वो आपके साथ है और आपको हमेशा देख रहा है. अंटिल देन, सी यू.